Matt Schauf and Jared Smol of DraftSharks.com here to talk to you about some of the best fantasy football apps for 2024 and let's hope beyond. And Jared, I don't mind starting with our own app. The DraftSharks app has all the content that you'll find on our website. It's always had that, but we've enhanced it over the past couple of years. It's got that draft war room technology that DraftSharks.com has that live syncs with your draft across fantasy formats. It keeps pace with your draft as it's going, making sure that it knows, not only your settings, but also the specific environment of your draft. So it can give you customized recommendations on who you should pick at each turn. Now, maybe you're drafting live without syncing to a website. Maybe you're just out back with friends. It's especially useful there because you've got buddies shuffling through papers trying to figure out if a guy's been taken or not. You've been sitting there with your phone. You tap a player when he's gone from your board. He's not calculated in the next one. You're just sitting there waiting for your turn, taking the next player that we recommend. So DraftSharks app, you can find it in the App Store, Google Play Store. Now, Jared, what else can you do on the app before we move on?
Yeah, honestly, pretty much anything you can do on the full website, you can do on the app. That includes the mock draft trainer. If you have a few minutes to kill, you're sitting waiting to pick up your kid, or sitting through a kid's baseball game that's taking way too long, just fire up the DraftSharks app. You can mock draft in just a few minutes. Everything again customized to your exact league settings. The free agent finder is available on the DraftSharks app. Again, it's synced up to your league, so the app knows which players are and aren't available in your league. All the free agent values customized to your league's exact scoring system. The trade navigator is available on the DraftSharks app. Really a big time saver if you're looking to cobble together a trade. It's going to scan your roster and your opponent's rosters to find optimal trade partners for you. And then once you've built a potential trade, you can use the trade calculator, which is going to give you a really in-depth look at how this trade would potentially impact you this season, your starters versus bench. If you're talking dynasty, it's going to show you how this trade will impact you both this season and in following years. So again, pretty much any tool that you love on the DraftSharks site is going to be available for you in the app.
And if you're not already a subscriber, that free agent finder and the trade navigator, great if you're like me, if you've got a bunch of teams that you're managing and you just can't go to every app anytime you want to see who to pick up or who to try to trade away. It's all the things from DraftSharks.com on the go. Now, let's move on from that, Jared, and talk about the best apps for hosting fantasy football leagues for people who are looking to do their actual fantasy play, not just get recommendations. And up top, we like Sleeper, which makes sense because it's built to work primarily through the app. It's got a slick interface. It's easy to navigate. It does take some learning curve, so you're going to have to play with it some and look around to be able to find things such as, exactly how to put a player on the trade block, exactly how to drop a player from your roster. But it does offer, all of the things that you need in redraft or dynasty in that slick app. The more comfortable you are with phone apps, the better you're going to like Sleeper. Yahoo has also improved its app for fantasy play over the past couple of years. I've been playing on Yahoo for more than 20 years now, since well before they had an iPhone app. So I'm used to playing it on the website, but I got 3 kids. They're getting older. They got a lot of stuff going on. So I'm doing more and more of my fantasy play from the app. Yahoo makes it very easy to check waivers, to do trades, to set my lineup if I'm at a soccer game on a Sunday morning because, the world hates me that particular day. And I realize that I left somebody in my lineup that's injured. Very easy to do from the Yahoo app. So I highly recommend using that one.
Yeah, Yahoo also will keep your league history for you, which is nice if you're in a league with buddies and the league's been around for multiple years. You can kind of see how that league has played out in previous seasons. We have heard from people talk about scoring glitches on the Yahoo app from time to time. I haven't experienced it. We've heard from others who have had. So that's something worth keeping in mind.
Fantasy gaming is something that more people are doing as best ball becomes more popular. And of course, lots of fantasy drafting, best ball drafting is going on through apps. So Jared, what are the top apps for that particular purpose?
Yeah, I think the clear winner here has to be Underdog. Just the best app to draft on. I don't like drafting from my phone. I'd much rather be sitting in front of my computer, but even I don't mind drafting on Underdog. It's very reliable, super clean and intuitive draft room, great draft board. You want to kind of see how the draft's played out, what other teams around you still need. Great draft board. Queuing guys and rearranging them, reordering them is super easy, which I think is very important, especially as you get into fast drafts. Speaking of fast drafts, there's fast and slow drafts on Underdog. Best Ball Mania is what you'll hear about with Underdog most often. They're, big flagship contests, 1.5 million to the winner this season. But there are tons of different best ball draft options on Underdog, different price points, different league sizes, different league formats. So really, whatever you're looking to do when it comes to best ball, Underdog probably has it for you.
Mm-hmm. And then FFPC is another one, right?
Yeah, FFPC has more options than Underdog in terms of league formats and price points. It also has a unique scoring system, tight end premium. You get 1.5 PPR for tight ends, 2 flex spots in FFPC. So definitely some differences as far as league format. $1 million grand prize for FFPC's main event. So, there's plenty of money up for grabs there. The app, though, is just not as stable as Underdog, really not as user-friendly. It doesn't offer all the features of their website. So FFPC, it's not a site you can play on exclusively from the app. You need to use the website, too.
Yeah, part of why we rate the FFPC app as highly as we do is because we like playing on FFPC. And you can do the things on the app, but I agree, it's not so easy to use. So know that going in, you're probably going to want to do more play on the web than you do on your phone. But I recommend playing at FFPC. If you like playing in money leagues, best ball, redraft, dynasty, all from the same place. And they've been at it for a long time, so you can trust them to not go out of business anytime soon, which we've seen too many fantasy providers do in recent years. One final fantasy gaming app for me, and maybe my favorite, is Drafters. It's not as slick an app as Underdog. They don't quite have things as figured out as Underdog does, but they have gotten better on that front. They've made it easier to draft players. They've added the thing that Underdog has where you slide the player and hit the button to draft him. You used to have to tap the player, wait for the screen to come up with the draft button, then hit that to draft him. So they're making improvements. They're coming along. Not nearly as many tournament offerings as Underdog has. I would like for there to be more tournament offerings there, but I like the smaller field size. I like that there are fewer players there. I like the full season total points scoring because I think that ultimately it rewards the best team in that tournament for the season a bit more than the playoff week's schedule does. Not saying necessarily one format is better than the other, but that's my preference. So if you like total points scoring over those playoff weeks, I recommend playing on Drafters. And I recommend entering those tournaments with smaller fields because you might have a better shot at one of those top prizes. I did take home a top 5 prize in a Drafters tournament a couple years ago. If you're not already there and you want more info on the top apps for 2024, you can check out our review on that subject on DraftSharks.com. If you're looking for the best app for fantasy football advice, for draft help, for team management, like we mentioned already, download the DraftSharks app from the App Store, from the Google Play Store today. You can become a DS Insider right from there if you haven't done so already. You can get access to everything that we offer on the site and on the app. Make us your unfair advantage.